Hello and welcome to MarathonJourney.com v6.36, where I use the Jeff Galloway run, walk, run, marathon training method to get rid of me sea legs hearties. It's been a week almost since we left the beautiful Disney Wonder after transiting the Panama Canal, visiting South America, stopping a couple of times in Mexico, and really kind of resting up from our calf tear. And that's a good thing. But bad thing was that I always forget that when you're on the ship, whenever you're standing, your legs are always working because the ship is moving and you're always moving and you're always compensating. So when you go to run aboard ship, not only do you have the motion of the ship to compensate for and the hard steel under the wood decks to run on and running and dodging and all that, but your legs are tired all the time. So when I got back, we did a short run on Tuesday and 2.25-ish miles, I think. And I didn't think I was going to make it. I didn't think after the first mile I was going to make it because my legs were just lead. Absolutely dead. So I rested up. Thursday we went out and ran again, and they were better. Kept getting a little bit of cramping, but they were definitely better, but not all there. So we went out today for the first long run, number one on dry land and number two since our rehab, and went 6.6 miles, which actually felt pretty good if the weather would have cooperated. It started out fairly cool. It's breezy now, it's nice in the shade, but the sun is brutal, and it'll be in the 80s today easily. So that was a factor. I went through 20 ounces of water on this run like crazy. But nice to get back out and run, and we'll have to start building back up again for the Santa Rosa that's going to be coming up in a bit. But it was nice to see some trails open and not have to run through those urban runs. A little confusing. It's the gate to the nature center where the trail kind of cuts in. It says the trail was open all the way to almost up to the spillway. But after we got on the trail, there were signs that said the trail was closed. Interesting. We were passed by a couple of state park lifeguards who were driving a little quad up and down, and they smiled and waved, so I figured we were good to go. But really, City of Oroville, County of Butte, I don't know what you're thinking. This is terrible beyond belief. We are 3 months past the non-event. By now those trails should have been cleaned up. They're trails. I'm going to cut to kind of an overview of a little montage of what the trails look like, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Spillway parking lot west to the intersection with Cherokee Road. Approximate mile.
So as you can see, they're trails. Nothing wrong with them. There's some problems with corners of some of the roadways and that's fine, take care of that. But it's a trail. Open the bloody thing up all the way, all the time. Take the signs down, get the ambiguity out of it. That's been the whole problem with this thing, is that government this time has really fostered fear in the minds of the general public, instead of having a strong leadership presence to say, okay, yeah, we did this to keep you safe, but the danger's over, let's get back to life. They hemmed and hawed for way too long, pussyfooted around it, didn't want to make a decision, and so now we're left with the consequences of just humongous kind of apathy and actual still lingering fear from a lot of what's going on, and now some resentment coming up. So this is government at its worst, but getting out and running on trails at its best and most beautiful. And springtime on the river in the Feather River Canyon, really there's few places that are as beautiful as that, and we get to run in it. So that is a good thing, and that's why we put up with all of this sometimes. But we did the most important thing of all. That was, after having an injury, after being rehabbed, after being out of shape, after gaining weight. I only gained 17.2 pounds on this cruise, which for a 15-day, 14-night cruise, pretty impressive. I'm normally 1.5 pounds a day on a Disney cruise. So overweight, out of shape, post-injury, but got out and did it. Why? Because I'm doing the same thing that you need to do, and that's open up that door, put one foot in front of the other. And if you do that, I'll be seeing you out here on the road.